A Detective's Dilemma: The Redemption Deception. Detective Sarah O'Connor has witnessed many horrific crime scenes, but nothing could have prepared her for the horrific case she was about to tackle. A series of murders in the quiet town of Willowbrook has frightened the community. All the victims had one thing in common: they were patients of Dr. the Venerable Lawrence Wells, a respected surgeon with a spotless reputation. Sarah begins her investigation by delving into the lives of the victims. He discovered that they had all undergone life-saving surgery performed by Dr. Wells. Initial suspicions are that someone holds a grudge against the doctor, but as Sarah probes deeper, she uncovers a more disturbing connection. Each victim was left with a cryptic message written in a note before their death, a message that hinted at a medical procedure called Project Redemption. Sarah's curiosity led her to Dr. Vast Wells on the outskirts of town. As he questioned her, he couldn't help but notice the unsettling calm in her demeanor. He claims to know nothing about the murder and appears genuinely shocked by his relationship with his patient. The detective persisted, digging deeper into the doctor's history. What he found sent chills down his spine. Dr. Wells has a dark past, having been institutionalized as a teenager due to violent tendencies and sadistic behavior. Sarah feels she is close to solving the case, but the evidence is only circumstantial. One fateful night, when Sarah approached Dr. Wells, a revelation sends shockwaves through his investigation. He received confidential information from anonymous sources. It is revealed that Project Redemption is not a medical procedure, but rather an evil experiment carried out by doctors on unwilling patients. These experiments involve changing the patient's personality to make them more docile and docile. Sarah is horrified by the realization that the serial murders are an act of revenge by someone who was once a victim of Dr. Wells. It turns out the real psychopath in this case was not the doctor, but one of his victims, driven mad by the horror that befell them. The final confrontation between Sarah and the vengeful victim leaves her shaken. He must make a choice: enforce the law and catch the perpetrators, or empathize with the suffering they are experiencing and understand the motivations behind their terrible actions. In the end, justice is served, but Sarah cannot shake the haunting moral dilemma the case raises. It's a stark reminder that sometimes, even the most experienced detective can be blinded by the darkness that lurks in the human soul.